What's up guys, Rob here with a Battlefield 1 video. Now, normally this isn't the kind of video I'd normally make, but I thought I'd give it a go as I've seen some pretty bad players in game modes like Domination and Team Deathmatch. So if you like this style of video, let me know in the comments and leave a thumbs up, and if you're new, think about subscribing. So now before we start, I want to make it clear that I'm not some kind of Battlefield god, but I'm pretty good. And the tips here are all my own play style. I tend not to watch any of the big guys' tips as I don't genuinely agree with them. I'm focusing on Domination as why would you play TDM in a Battlefield game where there's flags to be fought over, but most of these tips carry on over to TDM as well. So the number one tip in my eyes is to learn the maps. So learn where the flags are and where the best two flags are to hold to win the game. So number one tip in my eyes is to learn the maps. Learn where the flags are and where the best two flags are to hold and win the game. You have two flags, they have one flag. You win the game. Simple maths. So this changes per map, so learn them. So let's think about each flag. You want to be finding the best capping spot for each. So personally, I think this would be the point that gives a mix of the best cover and also a good vantage point for one or two entry points to the burn of that flag. The way I play, I'd avoid sitting in a corner hidden, as you can get rushed by multiple enemies. You want to be able to kill enemies as they approach the flag ideally, and not when they're right in front of your face. So number two, you've got to know your class. So class wise, I think the natural thought would be coming into these game modes is to play medic. And fine, that's not a bad shout. But personally, I think the assault class has got all the tools you need to get every kind of engagement in these game types. So the way I set up is to use the impact nade. This is for killing weak enemies and making them weak before you engage them. And I do actually stick with the anti-tank grenades too. This is a useful tool, so when you're trying to protect yourself or you're being chased and you're trying to escape a gunfight, so you throw it behind you, or ideally you can actually throw it at your feet and run around a corner. It slows down the attacker and helps you back out of that gunfight, or lets you rule the engagement as you can turn around a lot quicker. And I also keep on the AT rocket. Now this is a great sniping tool for the assault class, as a lot of people snipe and they stand still. So a lot of people tend to stand still and shoot anyway, and your gun from the assault class isn't going to be great at range, so you could damage someone or hold down an area using the anti-tank gun. Or it's also good to pop your bipod and have a look at a flag you're about to cap, see who's around, see if you can see anyone, pop a shot off and then go and kill them, especially if there's only one, maybe two guys on the flag. So the third tip I'm going to say is know your gun. So a bit of a disclaimer here, so I really hate those "oh, this is the best gun in the game" videos, because it seems like BS to me. So the best gun in any game, whether it be Battlefield, Call of Duty, Titanfall, CSGO, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. The best gun in the game is the gun that you feel comfortable with in your playstyle and that you can work with and do well with. So let's take an example. Back in Battlefield 4, my best gun, probably excluding the L115, was probably the MP7, which I absolutely wrecked with because that was my playstyle and I learnt the recoil and I could kill people at all ranges and all circumstances. But that being said, the MP7, did you ever hear Level Cap say, "oh, this is the best gun in the game"? Absolutely not. Now, you probably never even used the sodding thing, to be honest. But anyway, however, that being said, you may want a recommendation, and I'm going to suggest the MP18. So deal with it, work with it until you can unlock the variant, which is the experimental version. This gives a fairly decent ADS, you get a bit of a scope, but the more important thing is it is a 3-shot burst variant. And with this you can increase your accuracy massively by tap firing and a better control of the recoil instead of just spamming the button. I mean, you should be tap firing anyway, but you have this bullet deviation, so it's going to help a lot with that. And you can slay people at range if you're good at knowing the recoil and when to fire in between bursts. Also, with this weapon, just to point out, you should really not be ever hip firing. The hip fire is atrocious. Always try to ADS and aim for centre mass. With this horrible bullet deviation, you may be able to land the odd headshot. So number 4, so important for any game, but so important for this, is close quarters. Almost Call of Duty style play, if you like. I don't know how to say that, but it is. You've got to keep on the move. So this goes without saying. Move around the map. So when moving between flags and choke points, try and hug the walls, use cover. The amount of times I see people just sauntering around the map in the middle, out in the open, and they just get absolutely shredded. What a strange way to play. Use the choke points, hug the walls, let people funnel through, and they just run through blindly and mow them down and move to your next objective. So try not to be out in the open if you can. You're going to be much harder to kill. Also, this is related to the minimap. You want to keep an eye on it. So let's say you get a couple of kills, the enemies see where they died, they get little skull and crossbones, and they see there must be a player there or a couple of players there, so try moving to a different location, flank around where you just were or change cover, and they're going to go there, and maybe you're going to pick up an extra couple of kills on your way to your next objective. The next one is, part of keep on the move is, why the hell do people prone? in a gunfight. Okay, so there's an animation in between prone down and getting up, and it takes ages. By the time you're proned, you could be dead. You're fighting a recon. Proning is the best thing you could do because they're going to snipe you in the head. You're offering your head as the main focal point for the shot, so just don't prone. The only time I prone, as you might see in the background here, is to use cover in a gunfight to move round, quick duck, move round, up, or to reload. It's fine, you want to reload, prone, pop back up, fire again. So try and duck and weave and reload, that's when you use your prone. Capping the flag, maybe use a prone, but again, you can't really escape if someone finds you. You want to be on your feet. Even crouch, try not to crouch that much. So the fifth tip for this video is before you learn to kill anyone, you want to learn to escape a gunfight. So this one is an absolute must. So if you want to win games or improve your stats like KDs and what have you, not that stats count for much in this game, you're not going to do anything to help your team if you're dead. This especially goes for Battlefield 1. They've got a wonky spawn system, so you spawn in front of enemies, spawn in front of your teammates while they're firing, and spawn out in the middle of the open. So as soon as you spawn, you want to look for safety and cover, let alone whether there's enemies around you or not. That should be a given. Unless there's one guy, you're looking at him with his back to you, and hey, you got on the lucky side of a wonky spawn. But so you're in a gunfight, so why spend the time if you're being shot in the back trying to turn around and shoot back? Crazy. Try and run around a corner, hide behind cover and get out of the way. So you might have a 20% chance of turning around and killing someone. You don't know what gun they've got. You know what gun you've got. You don't know what range it is. You haven't got a clue. So get out of there and survive. And then you might come around a corner and kill a guy. Kill two guys. So you're going to always want to be in charge of your gunfights. If you're not in charge, just get the hell out of there. Your teammate might kill that guy. You might not need killing anyway. He might not be an objective. It doesn't really matter if he's alive or not. And run away. And you want to have every engagement where you're in control. You're in control of all your gunfights. If you're not, get out of there. Simple. So, not the best structure, but there's 5 tips to get started, given in my own way, of what I use for every game I play, especially when it comes to Domination, which is a super fast game mode, which is really fun in Battlefield 1. So yeah, any thoughts, comments on them, please let me know in the comments. I'd love some feedback on the way you guys play these game modes. I could easily think of shitloads more tips that I may put into another video. Maybe some more interesting things that are strange and only relevant to Battlefield 1, like the ram through the door. Don't ram through that door and just run straight through. Poke the door and then press backwards so you don't go through the door, and then take your time. There's a bonus tip. So thanks for watching. Check out the outro video. This is my first streak sniping in the full release. I pretty much like it. Peace. That's more like it, yes. Read the shot. I'm going for montage clips now. Got my eye in. Someone's on the minimap here. Gotta reload, 7 bullets and never enough. Oh well, let's have a peek. Yes! Jeez! Whoa! Oh! Now we're rocking it. It's a 4-piece. There's a bloke here somewhere. Oh! Okay, 1, 2, 3, go! Ah, yes! Shaolin Soccer! Sorcerer. Shaolin Soccer would be a good name. That was ace!